Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I just have one request today. Could we please not talk about the Dallas Dunn boys today? Because they are so done. They do not deserve my breath anymore. I don't want to waste my breath on the Dunn boys anymore.
Oh, no, that's your team. They've been your team too long.
Yeah, too long.
What a beautiful feeling to be atop the NFC East.
Yeah. But maybe we should talk about the NFC South or the NFC in general that's now owned by this guy named Brady. Thank you.
Yeah. Shannon, please listen up. Actually, all of you Tom Brady haters out there, listen.
He's wired, Skip. He understands that when you make moves like this, there's a chance that that move comes back to bite you. He had to know, even though he thought he could go on and move forward without Tom, he had to know there would be growing pains. He had no idea that Cam Newton was going to be available when he made his decision. He based his decision on, I guess, maybe use analytics, but I don't think Coach Belichick is much analytics. It's his gut feel. And Coach Belichick has been in the NFL for 40 years, and he says, I would rather move on a year too early as opposed to a year too late. And so he just felt that the best time to make this move was now. Yesterday, Tom Brady threw the ball better than I had seen him throw the ball in a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. He was in complete command. And the thing that I loved about what he did yesterday, every time the Raiders made a mistake, he made them pay the ultimate price. And that's what the really good ones do. Skip, when Aaron Rodgers makes you jump offside, he's just not trying to throw a little quick out. He's trying to get the ball over your head and get a touchdown. Well, you got a 5'9" guy guarding a 6'6" guy?
Okay. Wait, how did Aaron Rodgers get in this discussion?
No, I'm saying that Tom made the Raiders pay the ultimate price. He catch the guy Lawson, I think it's Lawson, looking in the backfield. He's playing the sticks. Well, they just tried to get in field goal range. Tom Brady said, no, I'm not. Oh, you squatting? I'm going to throw the ball over your head. That's the rule of thumb.
Little Scotty Miller.
I guess they keep They better stop underestimating these white guys. These white guys that play receiver can actually run.
Who can run 4.3.
So that was the thing, Skip. I think the Patriots fans, well, all of a sudden they're not Patriots fans anymore, Skip. They're Tom Brady fans. Because when I said it was all about Brady, they're like, no, I've been a Patriot fan since '68. I've been a Patriot fan, Steve Grogan and Matt Cavanaugh, yada, yada, yada. Now all of a sudden, I see all those fans that I used to see with Patriots jersey on, they got 12 Buccaneer jerseys on. So I do believe the fans, of course, it's not going to be the same for them because every year when he was with the Patriots, they were a Super Bowl favorite. Now, that's not going to be the case. So the question was, do the Patriots miss him? Coach Belichick doesn't, but I believe the fans and of some of those guys in that locker room, they absolutely miss him because they're not used to having this many losses. Forget this soon in a season. They've got more losses right now, Skip, than they probably had in any season win in the last 4 or 5 years because this is not what they're used to.
That is correct. Just me, but I believe that in even Coach Belichick's heart of hearts, he is seriously regretting pushing Tom Brady out the back door in New England because I think he now sees the handwriting on the wall for the rest of this season for the New England Patriots. I see 2 games they should win against the woeful Jets. Other than those 2 games, I'm not sure they'll win another one. Surely just because he's Bill Belichick, he can win one other game, but they're now 2-4. And if they only win, let's say 3 more games, that gets them to 5. That's going to be a humiliating season for Coach Belichick.
Yes.
Yesterday, of course, as we just heard, was the worst home loss in the Belichick era. And after a sensational start for Cam Newton, I don't know exactly what's happened. We're going to talk to Michael Vick about this in a few minutes. Cam has lost his way.
He doesn't look the same since COVID diagnosis.
That's correct, but he's gone 5 straight games in which his stats have fallen precipitously, and now over the last 2 games, post-COVID diagnosis, he's got 0 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, and 5 times he has been sacked. And they had no chance yesterday at home against a quarterback that Belichick basically gave away, and Jimmy G, to Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. for a second-round pick. And I'm not saying Jimmy G is the answer or would have been the answer in New England, but that was injury upon insult, actually, because they had to watch, the Patriot fans had to watch Jimmy G shred them. It was actually the run game that shredded them because they got run off the field by two backup running backs.
Back up to the backup.
Back up to the backup. They had the backup for a while, then Jeff Wilson got hurt, and then we got the backup to the backup, and he was running wild on what's left of now the Patriots and Bill Belichick's defense. Meanwhile, out in Las Vegas, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Tom Brady has officially entered the MVP race in the National Football League. It was one of those days and a night in which Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions. We're going to talk about that in a few.
2 horrible.
Yeah, 2 of them were just horrible. So he took a step back and lost to Kyler Murray, who probably took a step forward, and maybe he's about to enter in the MVP race. Your man, my homeboy, went to Denver yesterday and played just average football, had a QBR of 53, and they went 0 for 8 on third down, did the Kansas City Chiefs with all those weapons. And your man, Aaron Rodgers, we know just a week ago at Tampa Bay, which I call Tampa Bay now, stunk it up with 2 near pick sixes and almost 4 interceptions and got blown off the field 38-10. He redeemed himself a little bit yesterday at Houston. We're also going to talk about that in a few minutes. But right now, I just want to talk about the masterpiece that Brady put on yesterday and has continued to put on since he finally started to figure out the new Bruce Arians system. Obviously, with no preseason games and mostly virtual preseason, it took him 2 or 3 games to start to get the hang of a whole new terminology and system. And both of his Pro Bowl receivers, obviously Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, have been hurt on and off through the first 3 to 4 games. Mike Evans still looks a little bit hurt. He's gimpy on a bad ankle, but certainly in the debacle that they had at Chicago, as Bruce Arians said yesterday, I had him out there on one leg, and I did not have Chris Godwin, which is why we decided to plunge and take a risk on Antonio Brown, another topic we're going to discuss in just a few minutes. But
So he's
now,
a COVID policy, huh?
yes, there you go. Tom Brady, over his last 5 games, is now 15 touchdowns to 1 interception. Is that good? That's pretty great. And yesterday, all he did was throw 4 touchdown passes, again, to 4 different receivers. And he also had a quarterback sneak touchdown. So that's the first time in his career he's thrown 4 touchdown passes with a rushing touchdown. And the quarterback sneak, again, qualifies Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback sneaker I have ever seen. And it's not even close because he just doesn't miss with the quarterback sneak. And you would think of a guy who's kind of soft and not very mobile, but help me out. Have you ever seen somebody who can pick a hole better and burrow better with more guts and courage than Brady does?
He's unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. That's his best play, actually, is the quarterback sneak. It is automatic.
Because, Skip, I think what you don't realize, because one minute he'll go over the top, and then the next minute he'll burrow to the left, burrow to the right. So it's really hard to get a key on what actually he's going to do.
And yesterday, his 4th touchdown pass put him 1 ahead of Drew Brees. They're going to seesaw back and forth all year for the all-time touchdown pass lead.
Right.
So once again, there are no turnovers. And once again, he's 7 of 12 on third down, 5 of 6 in the red zone. They are starting to cook. They're getting a little healthier at receiver.